You're all most welcome to this YouTube channel, and we are really excited, as always, to have Mr. Obed Ben on this platform to always share his wisdom and knowledge on various aspects. You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
One of the topics that we are sharing today is a sensitive one because most people do believe being comfortable or being employed is a normal thing. When they're receiving insurance, when they're receiving fuel money, they're receiving house allowance. But in our perspective today, we need you to throw more light on why it is a slower for progress. Because at the end of the day, someone is comfortable and stable. But before we get into that, is there a scenario where at an individual basis, you were stuck in a certain season because you were comfortable at it, or you were receiving whatever you need in that space?
Never.
Okay.
Never. I've never been comfortable because it is a sin.
Okay.
I didn't like it before I even had a right word for it. Yeah, but I felt it is the time that I would have been comfortable, I couldn't get there.
Okay.
The time when I yearned to be comfortable, I was not there. I was so bad off that I couldn't be comfortable in the life that I was living. And when I reached a place where I could access what I called comfortable, then I understood that it is a sin to be comfortable.
Okay.
Do you have a watch?
Yeah, I do.
When does that watch get to comfort?
There's no time.
Only when it is dead. It is not functioning.
Okay.
So when my clock is still ticking, why would I sleep? I have made it so clear that even when I'm sleeping, I'm at work.
Okay. Okay.
Now people are confused. God has made life so difficult. Actually, it's not difficult. It is complex because he's a God of magic. So he has made it so complex that you have to internalize and understand the principles of assimilation. Time never stops. It keeps running consistently over time, and it is very fast. If you want to know that time is running very fast, do something you love.
True.
Or something that is good, or something that is bringing results. True. You don't want the time to stop. You want it to stop and you receive for more. It only delays when you're not doing the right thing. Now, when that time doesn't stop and you stop, you are against the principle of life, because time is the only measuring unit for life. Okay, let me break it down.
Yes.
How heavy is this? Weigh.
Not so heavy.
Like how many grams or kilograms?
I think like 300 grams.
300 grams.
Yes.
Weight is measured in kilograms or grams.
Yes.
Altogether.
Yes.
Portion is measured in kilos. Altogether. Weight of anything is measured in, what is the measuring unit for life?
I think time.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is why they say, how old are you? And you'd be like, I'm 30 years. You can't say, I'm 200 kilograms. It is only human beings, or only life, things that have life, that we count them using time. We count them against time. So, the moment your time goes and you claim that you have 38 years, and out of the 38 years, you have lived only 8, you're lying. You are a hypocrite. You are a thief. Every minute spent in comfort is a lost time.
Okay. I would inquire on the same thing. In our environment, we believe having a stable job is stable in sense of I'm receiving salary, I'm assured of insurance, I'm assured of my house, my fuel. Does it really kill someone's full potential to go past that because they're already sure that at their comfort they receive what they need, the minimum that they need? Do you think it kills someone's full potential in one way or the other?
It is a sin, like I said,
Okay.
to believe you're doing your best. Let's get to it. How did Lucifer become Satan? It all started by knowing that he's doing his best.
True.
Until he was disproved or he was proved wrong when he was thrown from heaven. And that is what is going to happen to you, my brother or sister. Thinking that you have a stable job, you have assurance. What the hell does that mean? So are you meaning you have the most stable job? That is not the best job. Much as it is stable, it is not the best. I'm not saying quit and get a better job. No, I'm saying better that job.
Okay.
Yes.
How does one better the job?
If I'm the manager of my company, I'm getting 10 million per month or 100 million. I know managing directors for different banks who get 100 plus million per month.
Yeah.
They have allowances, they have flight tickets, they can go anywhere, they can do anything, they have cash on them. But how do they better their jobs? It was not their effort that this bank, because a bank that is able to pay 100 million has been there for more than 100 years.
Yes.
So it has not been your effort to create that money you're getting. So by the time you leave, will that salary be better? And the only way to better the salary is not quitting and getting a better paying job. The best way to create salary, to better the job, is by increasing the sales of that company. So you're getting 100 million, yes. But how do you get 1 billion? Actually, most people have been fooled to think that if you start your own business, that is when you grow rich. No. Most cases, business fail because they have been started by failures of job. They have been working at Pintos and now they have left and they have started their own job. But because even at Pintos they were not good workers,
True.
They come here and become bad workers still in their own businesses.
True.
You get my point?
Excellent.
So, why on earth, give me one reason you would be comfortable? Because you have not used 5% of your brain. 5%. You have 95 of your brain sleeping just dormant, as if you're in ICU, sleeping. And you are just thinking you're doing your best with 5%, and God gave you 100%. You have only used 5%. The worst sin I've seen, the sin that is bigger than stealing and killing, is being in comfort. Because in most cases, we are in comfort of other people's toil. You're not better than... The robber is a better person. Because at least he's doing it directly.
For you, doing
and he's probably doing it once. And probably if he gets that money, he'll stop. But for you in comfort,
yes,
you're going to be in that comfort for a long time. And you're living off other people's sweat. You're not putting any effort. If it is a better paying job, you have nothing. You have contributed nothing to that better paying job. Otherwise, if you're the one who have created it, you will not be comfortable. The only way you can be comfortable is when that job was not created by you. But if you're the creator of this job, whether you're the employee or the employer, you will not be comfortable. Even when that job starts paying you well. You will be restless. You will put in every effort. You will keep it going. You will want it to grow to bigger heights. Because the smaller the growth, the bigger the anticipation. And the bigger the anticipation, the bigger the dream. And the bigger the dream, the bigger the problems. And when the problems are bigger, the bigger you get busier.
I understand.
So, you see where it starts. You grow small, you get enlightenment, then you broaden the dream.
True.
When the dream broadens, then you require, it gets you into bigger problems. And for you to solve big problems, you can't solve them at the comfort of your home. Watching your TV, then you win war while watching TV?
No.
That was not war. That was a football match. And you were not the player.
Yes. And maybe you are supporting us. that also brings me to something. With 17 years of experience in
Yes.
business, could you differentiate for a young business person out there? When is it safe for you to say, I'm now safe in business? And then how do they differentiate between being safe and stagnant in business?
You're only safe when you're taking actions.
Okay.
Even after 17 years, I'm not sure of what will happen tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes. Uncertainty is infinite.
Okay.
That is what makes him God. He has put darkness somewhere. You only can see as much as your torch can enable you.
Yes.
God has put so much darkness in the world that you can only see as far as your light you have created can reach. Okute torch. Wekoma okukuba wokoma okulaba. So, the moment you start wanting to be safe, you are against the principles that God have put. How do you feel safe? You only feel safe when you take actions. Have you seen people who have decided to buy cars, and after 10 years, you ask them, what have you gained in that job you have been doing for 10 years, and they show you cars?
Yes, I've seen them. Yes.
And imagine if those people had not bought cars, what would they show after 10 years?
Absolutely nothing.
So it is better to do one wrong idea. It is much better. It is much better to do one wrong idea than do nothing.
True.
I repeat, it is much better to do one wrong idea or 10 wrong ideas than do nothing. A car was a wrong idea when he was buying it.
True.
But today, it is the only thing they can show. Yagule motoka, it was not the best idea. But after 10 years, all they can proudly show as their product of sweat and hard work is a car. Now, imagine had they not bought that car. So the biggest reason people feel unsafe is the uncertainty. But I want to tell you, it is the greatest opportunity, because if God showed us when we would die, we wouldn't even be impactful for one day. Kati gwe njagala kubuulira. Let's be honest. If Pinto, you are sent by God and you tell me that you're going to die in 5 years, do my plans still remain the same?
No.
I know I have 5 years.
So you work on that time. Like,
So I will only plan for 5 years. I will only make sure everything I wanted to do in 5 years I've done. The vacation I want to take to Greece, in 10 years, I'll now push it
closer to
the business that probably I want to help 1 million people. I will say numanyi ekimala kimala kati nange mbakoleddeko emyaka gino etaano egisigaddeyo kati kambyekolere.
I understand.
So God was so wise to understand that if he showed us how it would turn out, we wouldn't do as mighty as we should.
True.
Actually, it was so in the first place we were to know what the results would be. But when sin came in the equation, it changed everything. Our time is limited, everything is limited, so we have to live for a short while. Okategedde.
Yes.
So Katonda takulimba, manya Satan takulimba, nolowooza nti you have to be safe. You don't have to be safe. You just have to take action.
Okay. Ate kubeera stagnant. Waliwo obeera nga I'm putting in the effort, I'm trying, but ninawe neewulira westava. Is that something that has happened to you in business with your experience of 17 years?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
And then how did you
Yes.
overcome that?
Yes. It happens most cases. You take actions and probably the actions you're taking are towards the wrong purpose,
Okay.
the wrong direction, or you're doing the right thing under the wrong knowledge.
Okay.
Eh?
Yes.
For example, there's a time when I knew that goats are very profitable, but I can't get the profit out of them. They multiplied from 100 to 1,000 500 in 3 years. That is 15 times more.
Okay.
That is 105,000%. Tokategedde. Abalala bakola 100%. Then akola 1,500% profits. Wow. But after that, then they all died. So I equated to 0.
From the 1,000?
Yes. 1,500. They all died, then I became 0%.
Wow.
Negative 100%. Now, I'm like, what is the problem? I am seeing the juice, but I'm also seeing the problems. Now, how do I get out of here? I discovered I am doing the right thing under wrong information.
Okay.
The wrong methods. And someone there, now I'm talking to someone who is watching me and they're in the same dilemma. The business grows, then all of a sudden it is beaten. Whether by URA, whether by... There's a lot of problems. You know them better. This is it. Don't worry. You're in the right business. Because what makes it right? What makes a business? Not everything is a business.
Okay.
Yes. Everything can be a business story. But everything is not a business. If you're busy but not making profits, you're in a busy story. You're not in a business. So what makes it a business right is when it has profits. And what makes it a great business is when it has profits and challenges at the same time.
True.
So master the challenges. Go and look for the right information. You have discovered this secret business. Now, don't quit. No. Don't quit. Just pause it. Go to school. This time, don't learn anything about Obed, because Obed is not the business, unless he is the business. Yeah. This time, don't learn anything about YPA, unless YPA is the business. This time, don't learn about politics, unless politics is the business. This time, learn only specifically about that information. Okay. Today, if you touch my TikTok, I don't know how these people do. I think they studied the logarithm. If you touch my TikTok, you'll find people who talk the language I want. They are talking about greatness. They're talking about success. I don't see dancing women on my TikTok.
The way TikTok works is the algorithm understands what you spend more time watching. Exactly. And they recommend more.
Exactly. Yes. So actually that is how I started loving TikTok. It like brings, you scroll and the next video is more like the first video.
Yes.
It's an advancement of the first video and you be like, oh, okay.
Like that one.
Okay. Now, sometimes I don't even like who comment. But they keep bringing the same videos. And you're like, oh, okay. This is good. Now, this is because of specialization. Most people I know have made money from one business. And this business has also born other businesses.
True.
So first concentrate on one business. Don't be stagnant. You are a fool of everything and you are a master of nothing.
True.
Yes. You are the one in media, you're the one in goats, you're the one in books, you're the one in, what do you call this? I don't even know the name.
Interior design.
You're in interior designing. Then you know, abakole bichupuli kunasa. You are a fool of everything.
That also, now you have talked to someone who is in business.
Yes.
But then we have one banker or a young businessman or a young employee somewhere that after 5, from 9 to 5, they have their day job. And then after that, they have a side hustle. A side hustle could be a mobile money spot. They may have a restaurant somewhere. Do you recommend such kind of environment, or they should focus on one first? Or how do they balance the two?
I think it is foolish to have a side hustle.
Okay.
Unless it is your strategy to leave the main job.
Okay.
I don't know if people have grasped the point. It is foolish to have a side hustle. Unless this side hustle is the main business, is the main job. That this now job is soon or later going to be quitted.
Okay.
But if you want to grow them concurrently, you're going to end up like these political people, the people in government.
Okay.
You are going to become a thief.
Okay.
Most of them are thieves.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes a lot of sense.
These people in government here today, corruption, delayed service, in-service, disservice, stupidity, culprisy, everything is because of that. You can't serve two masters at a go. I have agreed with that. I don't agree with most slogans or idioms or proverbs. I don't. You'll watch me. But I have tried to serve two masters and have failed. I have like 8 businesses. It is only YPA that I am actively managing.
Okay.
All the other businesses, I will just wait for what comes.
Someone to deliver a report to you on
What comes is what I take.
Okay.
Yes. If it is giving me 10 million per month, that's okay. At least I have not put my effort there.
Okay.
But I don't go and manage that business. I have Primatech Media Uganda Limited. I've not been there in 6 years. I have not been to the office in 6 years.
Okay.
I'm the director. I am the founder.
But you've not been there in 6 years.
In 6 years, I've not been to the office.
But it keeps bringing
It keeps bringing money.
Okay.
You get?
Yes.
I have Break Real Estate, Break Property Link. It is in real estate. I have not been to the office in 5 years.
It also gives you money.
They do whatever they can to make sure the business runs. In other words, I am just a director by paper. I have born, trained directors who run the business. Whether they grow it or leave it where it is, if they leave their comfort, no problem. The options I have, either they grow it or I close it.
Okay. So for you to earn, for them to earn from it, they should grow it.
Yes.
If they want it to
So
grow.
if they don't grow, I close it.
Okay.
I profit repatriate, I capital repatriate, and make sure I am running YPA.
Okay.
And now, this is the same message I'm telling anyone employed. Do not start a side hustle. It is the same thing like side hustles are like when you tell your wife to also start working so that they can support your family. Big as you are, you're telling your wife also work and support the family. What kind of nonsense is that? Now, if you remain at your job, choose to either, because all routes lead to wealth. All roads lead to wealth. Yes. Now, Bill Gates is a billionaire. Are you trying to tell me that his MD is not a billionaire?
He has to be.
Exactly. You get my point?
True.
Better work so hard, show your skills, get more skills, put everything you have into that job. You're going to climb the ladders. If those people don't appreciate you for 10 years, or 5 years, or 1 year, you will now go and you'll get a better opportunity. People are, for example, there is some banker I have gotten, and he's going to become the manager of our circle. He's from the bank. The bank was not appreciating him, but he puts in a lot of effort. For the first time, I was his best man. Just a banker. He's working on me, and the passion he puts in this business. At midnight, he calls, and he's like, how do we put this up right? Tomorrow I have to present it. He's just a banker, a credit officer. He's not even a manager. But his bank was not appreciating the kind of effort he is, the kind of person he is. So us who see what people are, he was earning 1 million. I have called him. He's going to earn 3 million. He was riding a boda. I'm going to give him a car. You see, he did not start a job to bring 1 million and then another job to bring 1 million. He just concentrated on being the best he can at this job. Don't confuse greatness with having own business. Most people think they are going to be better, yet on the inside they know very well that they are only trying to become heroes. They are trying to become proud of themselves. And now a business can give. That is all they are looking for. My own business. I own a business. Oh. It is not about what you own. It is about how great it is. How many people are you going to serve? People. Someone working in my office, for example, Vasta. Every day, she happens to serve over 100 people. But when she goes and starts maybe a popcorn center there, she will only serve 10 people a day. Today, I have no staff below 500,000. Even the cleaner here gets 2 million. Because it is a company. Now, imagine if the cleaner is getting 2 million cleaning the place. How much does the general manager get?
It has to be way above.
You get my point? Yeah. But I was once earning what?
1 million.
I did not quit the business. I did not start a side hustle to make it bigger and profitable. Today, as the MD, I drive a car. I don't have any dream car. I don't. See, natural to charge motor car. Now the dream I have is for a private jet. That is the dream I have. Did it necessarily mean I had to get side hustles? No. My side hustles cannot survive me. But I've made this job a priority. I do everything for this job. At even the expense, if it requires me killing those businesses that I did then, I can. Only that God helped me that I had created systems. So their money comes as a token. But even without them, I can still push. And most importantly, I'm not keeping those businesses alive because of what I get there, but because of the people I survive there. That business is life for some people. So if I close it, I have closed their lives. Now, let them keep having the what? So my dear banker, my dear insurance person, my dear someone in your office, only start businesses if your dream is to employ others. If your dream is to become more impactful. But do not start business as a second hand. Now I have one hand, which is my job, katinjagala business. You're going to lose both. You're not going to be effective at your job, you're not going to be effective at your business, and that is the end of it. Wabula, start that business slowly, then it will take you out of the job. Oh, what is much better? Instead of starting the business, learn the business. While you're still at the job, learn everything you need at the business. The business you want to start, I mean. Jentegeza juagalo kola. Out together?
Yes.
Then, collect money to start with. Tofayone was never $1,500,000. Stuko ogende, because you have every right information about the business, you will be successful. Quit the job, go here. Naitobera for bibiri. Baba kozi ba government balina amafamu, either amafamu tegakola. Matia Kasajja tajja kunyiga. Is my friend. Farm ye badde mutubako. He can't manage the goats.
As is the finance minister.
Yes. He's the finance minister, but he couldn't manage the goats. 7,000 goats. They started getting dying, getting stolen, what, until YPA took over. If he had concentrated and maybe becoming the best finance minister he could, he would be still successful. Or he quits finance ministry, he goes and becomes a farm what? Farm man. Ne business ne mirimu, bibiri. Ate chenjagalo kakasa. Do not go there because you want wealth. Obugaga ne kubanga togenze kutandika business yo. osobola obufuna kubanga waliwo opportunities nyingi zosobola oteekamu ssente nga togenda na kubirowoozaako. Ne bw'ogula buguzi treasury bills you still can grow rich. Ne bw'ogula buguzi fixed deposit accounts n'oggulawo n'oteekaawo ssente zo still you can be rich. Ne bw'osimbayo buzimbi bwa apartments you can still grow rich because they are not the main source of income but they are things that you don't have to manage. Kati ate waliwo businesses ezitabuse n'okutabuka. YPA ogula embuzi n'odda eri n'osirika mu mwaka gumu embuzi 10 ne zifuuka bimeka kati ani akuloga. Why do you have to quit the job?
Ladies and gentlemen, we still have a lot more on this YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out any videos that are coming out with our dear MD. There's more every single week that we're going to have that is coming out. Stay tuned and have a nice time.